Every day in Microblog, we'll be giving you an insight into what's going on in China and what Americans are dying to know about this country's unique culture that's trending in cyberspace. Let's start off with our first question.
What were Chinese reactions to the New York Times investigation into Apple's major Chinese supplier Foxconn?
You've probably heard about Foxconn's explosion at one of their factories in Chengdu at the end of last month. The whole story was reported on in depth by the New York Times, which also drew scrutiny to the other questionable business practices at Foxconn factories, including excessive overtime, cramped living conditions, low pay, and concerning safety issues. Of course, the story interested many Chinese too, so let's check out some of the web comments left addressing the fiasco.
The story of Apple is just an individual case. There will be endless problems from pear or banana. Even if you were to reveal Apple's internal conduct, we have to solve the fundamental problems of labor laws, corporate social responsibility, China's industrial policies, and others. I read this story and I'm saddened. It's not only Apple that should be blamed, but also the system that tolerates its existence. Made in China should not be synonymous with the blood and sacrifice of young lives. Chinese workers will be even worse off without Apple. I hope that someday, soon, China will have dozens of its own companies like Apple who work on high-end research and development and send manufacturing lines to Africa. By the way, construction workers and farmers also live harsh lives in China, so shall we also boycott housing and grains?
Now we're going to hear from one of our regular web guests, Fluffy, for an opinion.
The story of Apple's Chinese assembly line is not alone. I dare to say that in many migrant workers' eyes, Foxconn may be a dreamland. How proud it is to produce the most imaginative products like iPhone and iPad. But the harsh working condition is actually letting everyone down. In my opinion, Apple should not be blamed. If you choose to work here in the production plant, you have to adapt to this lifestyle, as survival of the fittest suggests. If you cannot bear, then you quit. That's it. In this competitive society, sometimes we do not have the power to change everything around us. Then we have to change ourselves. I do think that an individual must learn to solve problems in a rational way rather than an extreme method, like the mentioned sad story of a few Foxconn workers.